Welcome to Brand Builders TV. Deep dive topics, tools and resources brought to you by global thought leaders from within the Brand Builders Club. This show gives you access to the strategies that you can use to move forward with ease and flow in every area of your life and business. In today's show, Dr. Alan Chong is going to share his 3-point success checklist to avoid sabotaging your business. In this new episode, you'll learn how to identify the difference between your success mindset and your sabotage mindset. Sometimes it's not that easy to tell the difference. So sit back and enjoy today's show, learn it, model it, and get shit done. Let's go.
Hi there and welcome. I'm Dr. Alan Chong. Welcome to today's BB Brand Builders TV, and I want to share with you today some of the secrets to my experience with mindset and success or sabotage. Now, I'm sure you've had times in your life where you go, oh darn, oh shucks, self-talk. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we've had other brilliant moments where you go, wow, I just nailed that, whether it be on stage or whether you're doing a webinar or a show like this and you just nailed it. Moments of brilliance. Well, what is the difference between those moments and where you feel you've sabotaged your success and you feel really poorly about either the experience or the outcome, and then you might even beat yourself up for it. So what is it? And I'm going to suggest that it's a very, very small difference between the mindset of success and the mindset of sabotage. And here's why. So, for example, when you experience that maybe euphoria on the stage and you nailed it experience to the experience very similarly, and it could be minutes later or at the same presentation, you could actually feel you've just lost your audience. You felt you've just failed. So notice those two, euphoria and sense of euphoria and sense of failure. And it could be within minutes of each other or moments of each other. And I've experienced that being on stage where I feel, oh, geez, I think I'm losing this. And then other moments where it's like, this is brilliance, right? So if you've experienced that yourself, which I'm sure you have, then that is what I'm talking about are the mindset minutes, that make the difference. So today I'm going to walk you through an exercise. So I'm Dr. Alan Chong, otherwise known as the Spine Doctor. I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm qualified to talk about this. Now, I've been in business for 33 years, so practicing chiropractor for over 33 years. Yes, 33 years. When I first came out of practice, I did some short-term, what are called locums, and got some experience, decided that that's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to own my own practices. So within that first year of practice, I ended up being wooed, and at those days, to actually own, look at, and then purchase 2 practices within my first year out of chiropractic college. So that was a big, huge thing. Good thing. One of my AKA names is always an entrepreneur. So the Spine Doctor, always an entrepreneur. So I combine my intuitive knowledge of business and then made a whole bunch of mistakes and then made a whole bunch of successes as well. So again, it takes a certain mindset to keep on going on to make successes of what you've been dropped into. So that's what I want you to focus on today. There will be an exercise. So if you right now can grab pen and paper, of course, if you're driving or not able to do so, just make that mental list as I walk you through this exercise of success or sabotage. What is your mindset? So let's begin. I would suggest that most of your success and sabotage is mostly subconscious. In other words, it sits kind of below the surface. You aren't necessarily thinking or planning success today or sabotage day or in any given moment. You aren't just deciding whether that's going to happen or not. So grab a pen and paper and or make the mental list or grab your device and just go to notes or start creating some notes. So this is to help you discover your strength of mindset and where really needs improvement. That's really all it is, and perhaps it's going to help you delve into a little bit of what your thinking patterns are. And that if that does that alone, that is going to help you get beyond just being confused about why you think this one day and why you maybe sabotage things other days. Now, so there's three keywords that will form three lists, so top of your lists. And those three words are write vision, put vision on it, and you're going to create a column of words. And then next beside it, drive, vision, drive, and then influenced by. So your vision, your drive, and what you're influenced by. Those are your three columns. Make those three lists that you're going to be making. Now, I think you're starting to see what I want to do here with you is that make sure you allow lots of room and the freedom to just write words and word phrases, not sentences, point form, bullets. And I want you to brainstorm with words and word phrases underneath these columns. Now, let's start, and I'll give you a minute or two. Of course, this is a show, so we're not going to spend the whole time in a one-on-one or one-in-group exercise, but it is as such. But I want you, the key is that I've learned in this type of exercise, you've got to do it fast. Brainstorming is about just getting words and phrases. And I'll give you some specific examples of what I came up with for myself, and that might resonate with you. Okay, so number one list is your vision. It's your direction and your dreams, perhaps. For a lot of people, it is their dreams. Your vision is your dreams, and are your dreams. And so expanding in that definition is going to be defined, or elements of what is your vision in words such as this. So let's begin your list making. So first of all, let's start with vision. For example, vision board, and you can use some of these, you're fine. I'm just prompting you with ideas. Vision board, written statements, your goals, 1 to 5 year plan, retirement plan. These are all part of your vision. Financial plan, a growth plan. Where are you going? What's your vision for your growth in your business? A marketing plan, obviously. Written mission statement. Do you have a written mission statement? Significant other, relationship plan. What's your family plan? Legacy, kids, personal living legacy. That's one of my favorite, which is my Practice Mastery podcast right now. Your 3, 6, and 9 month, 12-month calendar, whether you calendar things effectively. Those are all part of what I'm calling part of my vision now. It doesn't have to be your vision. These are just examples. And by the way, when you create your next list, which will be your drive, your motivation, then that can also have some of the same words because it may overlap for you. That's totally in your mindset, not necessarily someone else's mindset. So this is a brainstorming. Some other words for vision for me is my helping define my vision is my policy and procedure manuals in my clinic. Meditating helps me with my vision. Journaling, and think of many, many others. So just go ahead and spend a few moments and do that. Create your list of things that help you vision and help you with your direction and your dreams. Okay, so I think you get the picture there. Now your second list is your drive. For some, it's more your motivation. What drives you? What's your why? So for me, my list, and please start brainstorming and write or visualize those now. What drives you? So achieving your goals, having timelines, performance numbers, whether competition drives you. Accountability partners can certainly drive me. Coaches, mentors, and then masterminds and having accountability. Having money rules, that can be driving you and help you decision make. Now then there's the family issues that drive you, your own family, however big or small it is, someone particularly in your family, maybe your partner, maybe your significant other, your spouse. Money may be your drive, maybe a big motivation for you and a money goal. Among those things, nice things, early retirement, vacation, your social status. Is people pleasing driving you? So make that list. There's no right or wrong answers in making these lists. Remember, your first list is your vision. So vision. Second list is create a list of word and word phrases, your drive, that define your drive, what drives you. And so spend a bit of time. Again, I recommend you only spend a couple minutes doing this because the whole point is not to be exhaustive. The whole point is to brainstorm and get really what's inside out of you. And your third word or word phrase is you are influenced by. So you're influencers. And I'll also define that as your environment. So what is influencing you? And here's my list. People, environment, and then, so let's start with people. So immediate family. Oh boy. Parents, not parents. Parents, deceased parents. Do they still influence you? Or deceased people? Are they still directly influencing you? And it could very well be. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers. Significant other, your boss, if you have a boss, if you're in a job, or your coach, your mentor. Again, these people or these influences can be in all three lists. That's okay. Your friends, good friends, bad friends, if you want to make judgments. Your best friends forever, your BFFs. Your neighbors, your coworkers, competition again. Social media is a big influencer. Maybe some particular person or group on social media are your influencers or influence you. Self-talk, wow, that's a big one. Is that a big influence for you? We're going to find out, but just list them right now. So you're making a list. So self-talk is a great one to delve into just a little bit as you continue to make your lists on what influences you. I want to talk about self-talk a little bit. And that helps you determine your own relationship with you, obviously. And this exercise is going to shed some light on your relationship with you, which is partly a big part of what your mindset and defines your mindset. The cool thing I learned about mindset very early on is that I can change it in an instant. So when I change that mindset, things shift. They have to shift. One of my favorite mentors, and I've gone to see him live a few times, is Mike Dooley, TUT.com. Famous now. I mean, everybody, notes from the universe. He still creates those every, I think it's Monday to Friday now. I think he's taken it easy. But he built a huge enterprise, and his story is amazing. Go to tut.com and check him out. Mike Dooley, notes from the universe, some brilliant stuff about mindset and understanding that you can either engage the universe or in a positive way for success, or you can engage the universe, everything around you, for sabotaging your success. So both in personal business and your self-development. So I encourage you to go to that. One of Mike's key phrases is thoughts become things, comma, choose the good ones. Thoughts become things, choose the good ones. And that speaks a lot about mindset. So now, by now you should have created the 3 lists, okay? Your vision, your drive, and you can create mental lists, but I encourage you to do this as an actual pen to paper. And why pen to paper? There's something magical about engaging your brain with actually an actual writing instrument and paper. So your vision is number 1, your drive, and influencers or influences. Those are your 3 lists. Now, by now, you should have at least several points, words, word phrases underneath those headings. Don't worry about which headings they're under. That was just to help you think things through, because remember, I told you there are no right or wrong answers in this little exercise. Very useful exercise. So other influences. Oh, I didn't finish that part. So your environment might be music, the music you listen to, whether you engage in silence or meditation, as I love to do my morning meditation. Even today, my morning meditation well before doing this presentation. Whether you choose self-development, audio or video or learning tools, webinars, etc., podcasts. Podcasts are a great one. They can be passively educating you and setting your mindset for the better, engaging your universe to be more success-oriented. Groups that you hang out with, and support, accountability, and coaches. Mentors, masterminds, again, I talked about. That's a huge thing in my world about creating a mindset, is surrounding myself with those people and groups like Brand Builders Television and Brand Builders Club and How to Build a Brand and Sammy and all those great influences, as you know. Now, I'm going to get into mention a few things that might bite. What about the media that you're taking in? TV, Netflix, other streaming. Are you heavily into that? Music and art. And then on the other side, what other influences are you taking in, if you will? And they might be physical things. They might be wine. I love wine, by the way, but healthy amounts would be healthy. Might improve your mindset, but too much, obviously, might not, and sabotage what you're doing the next day because you don't feel so great. Alcohol, obviously, drugs, addictions, sex, and why not rock and roll? And while we're on the topic, all those things are part of your influences, and obviously may have negative influences to your mindset. So let's not make judgments of those right now. The next part of the exercise is the cool part. Okay, so you assume you have this list under the 3 headings: what you're influenced by, what drives you, and what your vision is. Now, here's what we do with it. I call it a bit of a game of X's and O's. Now, the fun part is you take that list, and I want you to do it quickly, 1 to 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. The key is not to think about this much at all. And the reason is we don't want you to think about your mindset. It sounds crazy, but I don't want you to think about what's driving, because it's too easy to get emotionally attached to a certain this or that, because I should or should not do this. That's why I say, if you can do this, please clear your mind of judgment if possible. And this is a self-exercise. So, okay, so the game of X and O's, there are no right or wrong answers. Just remember that. So the key is to engage, to look at that list now, or visualize this list. So you who are listening that cannot write things down right now, obviously will probably want to go back and do this exercise, watch this show again, listen to this show again, so that you can actually do it properly and do a good, give it a good go anyways. So X's and O's, there are no right and wrong answers. So within 1 to 2 minutes, 3 minutes max, time yourself, and use your gut feelings. Put an X beside what resonates with you, what you've, or sorry, but let's put an O. It's X is an O. X is what doesn't resonate with you or needs improvement, let's say, in your opinion. So really quick, your gut feeling. And O's are the winners. You're doing a great job. You're going in the right direction. So the X's are you have some emotional or mindset problem with that. So again, there are no right and wrong answers. So it's a quick X's and O's beside all those word phrases. And it's okay if you don't put an X or an O with every single word, because again, you haven't decided. But what's your gut feeling on that thing? For example, what's your gut feeling on achieving your goals? What's your gut feeling on creating a written mission statement? If it's haven't done it, never done it, don't want to do it, then it's probably an X. So again, no judgment, but if it's a right on, I've defined my living legacy, that's a no. That's a yes. Great. So go through and do that. Just takes a minute or two, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about that, and then we're going to wrap this show. So by now you're probably thinking about a lot of different things, but that's okay. It's okay to be thinking about things, but not to overthink things, in my opinion. So let's assume you've done that now. Fast forward a couple minutes later. Now, this is where you can maybe even leave it for a day or two. The most accurate, I feel, is if you do this all at once within a few minutes, within say 10 minutes max. And remember that the 1 to 2 to 3 minutes is the X's and O's part. X is for what you're not totally happy with, if you will, and O is that you're really doing a pretty good job, even though it's in progress. All this stuff is in progress, remember? So the summary of this is that, and you're going to need to look at this, and that can take more time, this is just a starting exercise to get you thinking about mindset, evaluating your own mindset for what's successful for you, creating success. In other words, what's working for you, and then what's not working for you, sabotaging your success or the direction you really want to go. But sometimes if it's sabotage, maybe your message from the universe is that you really don't want to go there for some reason. There's a huge block, and that can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. Again, no judgment. It's your direction that you're going. And that's where coaching and mentoring can really help you define that. So, what are some of the patterns or themes that you see? What are some of the words? What are the areas, the word phrases that you're doing really well with? Maybe it's that written mission statement. Maybe it's having a really clear vision where you're going. And then so those are your circles, your O's. And then maybe you're not able to circle certain other things that you really have difficulty with calendaring, and those are your X's. So what patterns or themes do you see? What words do you associate with the success? This is going to help you start to define what your view of success. Do you see words that constantly seem to let you down? Like you feel bad about it when you go, oh, you're embarrassed, or you feel, oh, geez, this is an area that don't feel so great about. So this gives you some insight into sabotaging or creating your success through a mindset exercise. So that's really, in summary, I'm going to give you some ideas to ponder as we finish this show. So essentially, a success mindset is cultivated. So this lesson should be teaching you that it's a conscious effort in those following three areas. And these are just three of the areas that I chose as being important. There's many, many different areas and sub areas. So this isn't the be all end all. But essentially, if you're going to improve your mindset for success, I encourage you to work on your vision, your dream. That first list. How consistently are you in working on your vision and defining your vision? How clear is your dream or your dreams, and how concise is it? Secondly, your drive. How is your why? Is your why really strong and defined, or is it all over the place because you have many different whys? And that's okay. There's no judgment. I'm just saying that, do you have that stubborn determination to make things happen? And that's probably the number one thing that created my success over the years, is having this stubborn determination to figure it out, to get help when needed and figure this thing, whatever that thing for you is, to figure that out. And let that be working on your drive, your why. And then lastly, number three is your surroundings, your influences, your influencers. Who are you going to hang around with? Who do you choose to hang around with? And who do you hang around by default? And you've heard this in self-development circles, is that you may need to distance yourself from certain people or drop certain friends, if you will. And the biggest example I think about is when raising kids, is like, who are your kids hanging around with will shape their future in a big, huge way. And let's make that a good thing and a conscious effort as you move forward into taking action for success, for a success mindset, as opposed to sabotage. And it really is, and I want to comfort you with the thought that it really is a balance. I constantly deal with the fear of success and the fear versus the fear of failure. Both are at play at the same time in my life and career. And I'm sure it is for you as well, just sometimes more in one direction than the other. And that's okay. I want you to understand that is okay, because that is the process of negotiating, figuring out where and what you really want to be doing. So I would suggest that your success mindset is not so far away from sabotaging, a sabotaging mindset. It's the key is to understand and to make that shift, make that immediate shift. So I believe that it just takes a few simple steps like I've walked you through. is an example of an exercise that I want you to do. Please do it. It's going to help you to move forward, so you can choose consciously to move forward instead of backwards, if you will. And that makes all the difference in the world. So in the infinite wise words of the poet Rumi, he said, as you start to walk on the way appears. As you start to walk on the way appears. And isn't that how life and business and legacy happens? As we go in the direction that we feel we should be going, as we walk, the way appears. It shows it to ourselves. And so let that be an encouragement to you. So if you need help in the area of mindset, business success, reach out to me through details found on the show page here and at Brand Builders TV, and we can have a conversation. So until next time we meet, I'm Dr. Alan Chong, hoping that this show brings you one step closer to business success and to practice mastery. Bye for now.
I hope that you've enjoyed the show today as much as we've enjoyed making it for you. If you've got anything out of this episode, please do tell someone else how they can subscribe to the Brand Builders TV channel at youtube.com/brandbuilderstv. Why not join us at our next Brand Builders Thinkubator, a global mastermind that we run every week to take away the loneliness of being in business on your own. For more information and to book your place, visit light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. That's light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. Until next time, be the ripple that you wish to see in the world, and we'll see you soon.